the true value of a mastermind actually doesn't start the moment you join a mastermind. It's really happening throughout your journey in the mastermind.
In organizations, there's this support network, but when we become business owners and entrepreneurs, we don't have that support network. It's not there anymore. So to me, this a mastermind is this support network of business besties and business buddies who believe in you and just want you to succeed as much as they want to succeed. You are tuning into the Level Up Your Business show with Saskia and Tamzin of Uphub Mastermind.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Level Up Your Business show. Last week we had the kickoff and we were so excited. And today we wanted to start with actually just a very basic question of what is a mastermind? What is it that we mean when we're talking about a mastermind? I think a lot of people have an idea, but actually not really sure, or they have a general vague idea, but what is it actually that you do, and how does a mastermind help you, and why is a mastermind so expensive typically? So for Tamzin and I, we're very excited to be here today to tell you a little bit more about what it is that we mean with a mastermind. Right, Tamzin?
Absolutely. We get asked this question all the time. What's a mastermind? Why do I need to join one? What is it? What happens inside? I know when we very first started talking about a mastermind, it was this, to me, before we started Uphub Mastermind, it was like masterminds were this secret place where magic happens, like behind closed doors that you have to be earning an absolute fortune to enter into. But it was like magic, like this magic that's sprinkled that happens. So we wanted to, as we explained last week, start a mastermind that was affordable for entrepreneurs, but that also had that magic sprinkled inside it. And magic does happen, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And I think that's really the power of a mastermind. But let's get started with the very basics. So with a mastermind, we mean a small group of people typically working to a common goal. And so we're at Uphub Mastermind, we're really focused on a business goal, you as an entrepreneur, to support you in your entrepreneurial journey, in your business journey. But you can also have masterminds about, about life itself, I guess, about losing weight, about, I don't know, if you want to switch your career, if you're a CEO, you got special masterminds for those too. And it's really just a close group of people who are there for each other on a very intense basis. So it's not just, you make a Facebook post here, it's like ask a question and a few people are like, oh yeah, sure, sounds fine. No, it's really that deep dive, those deep connections with each other, having regular contact with each other to make sure that whatever it is, that whatever goal you're setting out for yourself, that you will achieve that, to keep you accountable and to help you along the way.
For me, it's like this team of people that want you to succeed, know your business inside and out, believe in you, cheerlead you, challenge you. But like this team, like when I think about working in an organization, it's that team that you can go to and say, oh my gosh, I'm having a bad day. Or, oh my gosh, I'm celebrating because something's amazing happened. Or I need to achieve this, but I'm really struggling. And in an organization, and when we go to work or at university or at college, or throughout our lives, in organizations, there's this support network. But when we become business owners and entrepreneurs, we don't have that support network. It's not there anymore. So to me, this a mastermind is this support network of business besties and business buddies who believe in you and just want you to succeed as much as they want to succeed, because you're all in this together. And even though you're on your own business journey, you're in it together. You have these best friends just ready to share with you.
Absolutely. It's like having a group of mentors, and you're a mentor yourself. And I think the great thing about a mastermind is that you know each other. You're all on the same journey, but everyone's on the same journey, but in a different path, and in a different, milestone of their journey. So if you're just starting your business, you have this fresh perspective. Whereas if you're already having an established business and you want to go take it to the next level, you're at a different moment in your journey, but you can still benefit from all that knowledge within a mastermind. And the great thing is these people, they know you, they've seen you grow. And the true value of a mastermind actually doesn't start the moment you join a mastermind. It's really happening throughout your journey in the mastermind. So after 2 or 3 months, you know people better, you know each other, you know each other's business, what makes you tick, what makes you excited. And that's really when that synergy starts to happen. The 1+1 is 3. Like, hey, I know you do this, I know you're struggling with that. Can I help you this and this way?
Without a doubt, it's the connections. And for those of you who have been, who know me and Saskia, we talk about connections a lot. But the connection that we have with others is the foundation that gives us everything else that we need, especially in business. And so that mastermind platform where you speak to these people daily, you jump on calls, structured calls every single week, you have your quarterly goal setting, your monthly goal setting, you share what you're doing, you share your struggles, you share your ideas, and you have people that know you and your business so well. To me, it's such a fabulous place to be, and I know that our members are equally as in love with the mastermind and that platform because they gain so much from it.
Absolutely. And I think that's also a nice bridge to the next one. How does a mastermind in itself help? And if you watched our previous show, if you know Tamzin and myself a little bit, we're all about connections, accountability, support, and habits. And that's the cash model that we apply here at UpHub. And the great thing about a mastermind is by having those very tight knit connections, by showing up every week, every day, by having so much contact with each other, you keep each other accountable, and you have that tribe that supports and connects you. So even if you're working alone from home, you're not alone at home, because you have a whole tribe of people sitting next to you or standing behind you, however you want to call it, who is there to want to see you achieve. And not just because you made a Facebook post, but really about you. They know you're struggling with this, they know you're working on that, and they will, they'll be so excited when you achieve that.
Without a doubt. And those connections are really how we level up our businesses, because we also then hold each other accountable. So our members come into the group and they say, this week I'm going to achieve X, Y, and Z. I really want to do this in my business. I've thought about this. I want to try this. And we discuss the idea, what they want to happen, why they want it to happen, how they're going to make it happen, and then what steps they're going to put in place to make sure it does happen. And then we hold them accountable. So there's so many steps that together you take an idea or a business or a platform or whatever it is, and together we take that and we create something amazing. The individual's doing all the hard work, but they know they've got that support network behind them. And these ideas that are, like you said before, Saskia, proven strategies that do work and have worked for others. So it's making sure that you do what you say you're going to do. So you come onto the call next week, or sometimes if people are struggling, we'll have a bi-weekly check-in and say, how are you getting on? Are you doing this? And being very specific. And I think when you know somebody's checking in and checking that you've done it, you do it, don't you?
Absolutely. And that's the big difference, and especially for the online entrepreneur or someone who's mainly doing it by themselves, from your laptop, wherever you are in the world. It's so easy to say, I am going to do this, and then you don't. Or
Right.
I made a great plan to achieve this, and then you don't. I am going to launch my next offer, and then you don't. Because no one is there being like, did you do it? Did you do it? Sounds amazing, but did you do it? And it's one thing to have a great idea. It's one thing to have a great dream. I mean, but the thing is, everyone can have a great dream.
Yeah.
Everyone can have a great idea. It's really about, the proof in the pudding, the execution, the making it work. And that's where a lot of people, get stuck with. It's like, I wanted to, but then I didn't, because reasons, my cat was sick, my fish needed to go to the doctor.
The sun was shining,
The stars were weird, My morning coffee tasted a little funny, and then it doesn't happen. And then we're like, you know what? Even if your coffee isn't that tasting that great today, that shouldn't stop you.
Right. But we're so good about getting in our own way. As entrepreneurs, we get in our own way. And there's numerous reasons for that. And I can go off on a complete tangent about why we get on in our own way. But one of the things is self-doubt, where we start to not believe in ourselves and we start to think, oh, maybe this isn't good enough. Maybe I
Who am
shouldn't
I
be
to
saying
do this?
this, maybe that, maybe that. And when you're on your own and you're sitting in your office, you then spiral and then you talk yourself out of it. But when you're in a mastermind and you have a group of people behind you that believe in your idea, believe in you, and are expecting you to get it done, it changes everything. Because then you're like, I've shared my idea. I know it's a great idea. I've been validated by these people who believe in me. I matter. What I've got to say matters. You get excited about it. And actually, you know that if you're struggling, you've got a group of people there who are going to help you and support you and hold your hand and say, come on, this is what you need to do. Let's get on and do it. And so to me, it's a complete game changer.
One thing that we also see within UpHub at least is that you find new income streams as well. And that's not only because people think one person is like, hey, I'm going to launch a digital program, and others are like, oh sure, I'm and sometimes that can inspire you like, oh, I too can make a digital program.
Yeah.
So that's one way, you get inspired from each
Mm.
other. But another one, which is actually an amazing one to see, getting as started as an idea and then happen, is actually that someone is like, I want to launch a digital program, but I don't want to do it alone. And as other people say, I would love to help you. I would love to jump on board of you. Or say you're starting a podcast and people say, oh, I would love to be a guest on your podcast. And that's really also part of that synergy. It's you're not only finding inspiration, you're not only being held accountable, but you're also finding new ways that you yourself wouldn't have found otherwise.
Oh, absolutely. There's just think all those ideas that don't happen, that don't start, that those businesses that don't fulfill what they're destined to fulfill because we just get in our own way, don't we? And we don't have maybe this, like we think, oh no, an online course is not for me. No, no, no. But actually, yes, it's for anybody and everybody. I get really excited, as you know, when our members say, I'll do that with you. I'm like, oh my gosh, jumping out of my seat, celebrating. This is so exciting because, right, there is magic in a mastermind.
Absolutely. The moment you see that happen, it's like it's just amazing. It's you should have those tiny confetti cannons next to your screen, like there it is, magic happening right there.
Absolutely. And so we've covered off a lot over the last kind of 10, 11 minutes or so. We've covered off what is a mastermind. We've covered off how does a mastermind help. Now there's a serious question to talk about, which is the finances. And why is a mastermind so expensive? Because let's be honest, it isn't cheap. You do have the cheaper masterminds or the more expensive masterminds, but when you invest in a mastermind, they're not cheap.
They're not cheap, and this is so typical. The moment anytime I give the pitch about UpHub, so people ask, Saskia, what is it that you do? And it's like, oh, I run UpHub. It's a mastermind. What is a mastermind? Well, this is a mastermind. People watching know now what I would say to that question. But then it's like, okay, so what does it cost? And I'm like, well, this and this, and then they're like, ooh, that's a lot of money, like, ooh. And yes, of course, a mastermind is expensive, and there's a whole range of it. I mean, you have the you can go really crazy with a mastermind. You have masterminds of 50K a year, which is fine if that works for you. But the thing with a mastermind is that higher price actually makes sure that people who are there are invested in it, that they show up and that they want to be there. Because there are so many free groups where you can post questions, but there are so many lurkers, or just people not replying, or it's not really happening. Here, these are people who are dedicated to their business, who want to grow their business, who want to make it work, who are here for the real deal, so to speak. So with that higher price, you actually filter out the people who want to do stuff versus the people who actually are doing the stuff.
Absolutely. And you have these like-minded entrepreneurs. that it's full of the people who are going to get you and going to support you. It isn't partly full of them and partly not, and partly full of people that are there to sell, partly not. We have an application process for a reason, and I think you have so much attention and so many eyes on your business from different angles, different aspects, from different personalities, different people, different coaches, so many different angles. But the eyes are on your business to make you succeed and to help and support you to succeed. And for me, and Saskia, I'd be interested at what your opinion of this is. But for me, a mastermind is expensive because of the transformation that you can get. You have to work hard, you have to turn up, but because you're paying the money, you do turn up and you do work hard, but then you succeed and your business level ups. You start to see more cash, more customers, more profits. You start to see something really, truly magical.
And I agree with that. And how, what I'm really curious about. So a question to everyone out there: how many of you actually, were scrolling Instagram and you saw a free webinar for how to launch a product or how to grow your Instagram following? You're like, oh, that sounds interesting. Yes, I will subscribe. Or you came across an ad and they're asking you, you know what, for $7 you can buy my something 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 Instagram growth kit. Da, 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 da. You're like, oh, $7, sure. I mean, how much is $7? Sure, I'll do it. And then you start, you follow it along like 5%, and then you realize like, oh, this feels like work.
Right.
This is costing me effort.
No one's going to check up on me. No one's going to check that I've done it. I can't be bothered.
Absolutely. And so how many of you still have unwatched Udemy courses, unwatched I know, on Teachable, in memberships, the whole list of safe courses, please watch them later. How many of you have those? Let us know below in the comments. I know I'm guilty of that. If I go to Udemy, it's like, remember that course you started 5 years ago? And I'm like, no, I did not. I would have to start all the way from the start again, and I don't want to because that sounds like effort. And that's the thing with having the very low price ticket. It's very easy to opt out again. I mean,
Yes.
it's sometimes you really have good offers, and you're like, oh, this is really engaging, and it sticks, and then sure that you have those as well. But a lot of it, it's like, nah, I'm just gonna, this sounds like effort. Let's not do it. Versus if you pay more, you also get more with a mastermind
Right.
because it's so intense, because it's you're having daily content, you're having weekly contacts, you're having weekly accountability, where there isn't a day that goes by without interaction in the mastermind. So your connection, the thickness of your connection, the strength is way more. You have a tribe there who knows you, and you get to know these people as well. And it's indeed, as Tamzin said, also about that transformation. It's not about, hey, here's a course, go and do it. No, in a mastermind, it's really about how are you going to apply this for your business? How are you going to make sure that your business up levels with this information? And that is really what makes a mastermind worth the higher price ticket.
Absolutely, because then we set the house. Well, first we look at the whys, then we look at the hows, and then we're going to make sure you blimming do it. Like, you will, if you commit to doing it, unless of course something changes, but we will discuss that together, you will do it. You will achieve. It will happen. And that's the difference, that you will
Absolutely.
be turning up and you will be being asked and expected to have done what you said you were going to do.
I just love, for everyone who's watching this, I just love how Tamzin is on every Monday. She's like, dear members.
Have you?
Dear members, how is your plan going along? Share your plan for this week, and you better share that plan. We will keep you accountable to achieving that plan. And we have members who are then like grudgingly like, oh my god, I need to hand in a plan, and then afterwards we ask them, what do you think of making plans? Like, oh, it was actually quite good doing so. Yes, now I have way more clarity about my week. Now I have way more clarity about how I'm going to achieve my goals. And yeah, that's really the value of mastermind right there.
Really, really is, really is.
Absolutely. So another question that we often get is, what is the difference between a mastermind and a group program? Or what is the difference between a mastermind and a membership? Now, last week I promised that we would talk about it this week, but then this video came in between. So next week we are going to talk about the difference between a mastermind and a membership. But if you can't wait on that, make sure to go to our website, uphubmastermind.com. We have a free ultimate guide to finding your tribe, where we explain everything about what is a mastermind, a membership, a group program, what are the difference between the two, the three, and which one is the right fit for you. So that's the question we've been asked the most, and that's why we decided, to put that out there for free, so that we can help everyone figure out which tribe is best for them.
And it's amazing, actually. I love it. I know it's answered a lot of questions for me. I know it's answered a lot of questions for a lot of people. So we've been receiving great feedback. So take it. It's completely free. It's for you. It's our gift to you. And helping people to find their tribe and helping people to find the support network and the connections who are really going to help to up level people's businesses is really important to us. So even if you complete the quiz, you look at our all the information that we send you, it might be that you decide that a membership is right for you, in which case, fabulous. As long as you know the difference and what to expect, that is, that's all we want. So we're here to help you.
Absolutely. And even if a membership or a group program is the right thing for you, let us know as well. I mean, DM us, tag us on Instagram. We just love to know how we've helped you. And if we can help you with with that freebie, then you already made that day. That's those magic cannons again right there, like poof,
Absolutely. It's the magic sprinkles all over again. It's that magic from us to you. There it is, look.
There it is again. Okay, so thank you all for being here with us today. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We will be back again next week, and we're looking forward to seeing you again then. Bye everyone.